Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
And I'm Maureen Akers. Welcome. Welcome, Gary.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Yes, always glad to have you. Okay, here we go. Today's question, Gary. Let's pull it right up. Gary, if I am employed in Georgia and I get injured in Alabama or vice versa, can that impact my workers' compensation benefits?
Yeah, and this is a really good question, particularly for us, because we live in, well, right on the border.
Right.
And it demonstrates how things can be different from one state to the next. I think we all know that, but we really see it with the law because states still have sovereignty. They still can make their own laws. Of course, we have an Alabama legislature, we have a Georgia legislature. And workers' compensation is maybe the biggest difference in the legal system between the two states. Because comp in Georgia is an administrative proceeding that's a little more worker friendly. And in Alabama, it's still a lawsuit that's frankly a lot harder to navigate. And there's a lot of restrictions and differences in each one. But the question was, right, does it matter? And so if you work for a company and you kind of based out of Columbus and you go to Phoenix City or Auburn or Lee County somewhere, and you get injured while, say, driving a car.
Right.
You can make a claim really in either Alabama, where the incident arose, or preferably in that situation, Georgia, where your employer is. And it would probably be set up as a Georgia case because that's where the insurance was written and all that kind of thing. Okay. So, but the other way around, sometimes if you're working for somebody in Alabama and you're hurt in Georgia, you want to use that Georgia because it's a little better compensation package for injured workers.
Okay, all right, good to know.
It is, and every case is different. You need to talk to a lawyer.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So what kind of benefits then are allowed in workers' compensation?
So that's another way it differs, but generally it's 2/3 of your average weekly wage if you're out of work. If you're held out of work temporarily, you're supposed to be compensated. There's different times when that starts, but the thresholds for those are $700 to $800, so there's some limits on that. Of course, medical bills, your rehab, all of the things that come with getting you back in the workplace and getting you back to work. And one of the real major differences is if it's it's not just a temporary disability, but a permanent disability that stretches out for a long time. That's a real issue that Georgia's frankly a lot more generous about. And something you really need to talk to a lawyer about to understand your rights. Whether you hire a lawyer or not, talk to one.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gary. We'll see you on the next Legal Break.